Then I read this comment with me so that una go know how all these our uncles and aunties wey don dey abroad for 100 years, una go know their mentality and the kind of information wey dem dey feed Nigerians. You understand? So una go know wetin I dey talk. He say a lot of people are ignorant about abroad. You think it's easy with bills, taxes, and a system that is designed to keep you a slave. 97% of Nigerians abroad not have 100 million. This is the old-fashioned and dilapidated mentality our uncles and aunties abroad they like feed the younger generation. We want to hustle, where they brighter than they want to hustle, because they don't want to make the younger ones come better past them for abroad. Now let's look into these comments. Now let me show you why Nigerians abroad don't ever succeed. If they hard for them, 99% of them know they succeed. Look around you, see this company, bro. If you know Balogun Market, this company is almost as big as Balogun Market. If I take you to the back and now take you to the other back where the man has a truck yard where he pack hundreds of trucks, now look around you in the rest of the environment. You see everywhere, guy. These are big companies, big industrial companies around this area. Sure, you understand? Now, to be honest, at least 50% of people who own all these companies are foreigners. Now, this truck where they see behind me, the person where they inside, now Indian person, Punjabi, and there is 100% possibility that this company and this truck belongs to an Indian man. Now, why they employ Indian person? Sure, you understand? Now, this moron they talk say abroad is designed to make you a slave. But as if they come abroad, now so all these owners of these companies they come abroad. The owner of this place where they work, now foreigner from Europe. All these Indians where get all these companies, Chinese, Filipinos, they are all foreigners. Abroad no make them slaves. But now Nigerians where suffer slavery in the past, because that slavery mentality never leave Nigerians. Now why anywhere you take them to, they will always think like slaves. They will always think like they are still slaves. They will always see themselves as slaves. That is why Nigerians cannot perform well outside. That's why Nigerians cannot do well abroad. It's just only 1% of Nigerians abroad doing well, because the mentality is so slave-centered. Sure, you understand? Somebody is saying that in this country, where I dey enjoy my better car, where I know if it drive for Nigeria, police know they harass me, everything they go well for me, say it's meant to keep me as a slave. But country where they no fit arrest bandits, where police go arrest you 100 times in a day, where police no fit I see young guy where they do well. In that country, I no be slave. That's what he's trying to say, and yet it's abroad. Now, abroad is meant to keep you a slave, but a Nigerian girl is a deputy mayor in Canada, in Manitoba, and she's still a minister in that same province. Do you know what it means to be a minister in a Canadian province and a deputy mayor? It's just like a deputy governor in Nigeria. The abroad is meant to keep this man as a slave. Meanwhile, in this Canada, Nigerian girl is the first black cardiologist in Canada, a Nigerian girl. Abroad is meant to keep him as a slave. Meanwhile, some medical doctors in this country, like Dr. Zhu and others, have up to 3 clinics, have multiple doctors working for them. But abroad is meant to keep this one as a slave. Abroad is meant to keep this idiot as a slave. But Canada national team has 3 Nigerians in their national team. 3 Nigerians. Abroad is meant to keep you as a slave. But there is one Igbo doctor in Montreal, in Quebec, that built an app that will detect when a baby is crying in the womb, what is worrying the baby. You understand? And that app is worth millions of dollars now. You understand? Oyibo supported him with funds, millions of dollars. That's why he raised. If not for competition from other apps in US, in China, and other places, that app would have gone far. But abroad is meant to keep this one as a slave, while others are making money and succeeding. Sure, you understand? This is the mentality of 99% of Nigerians abroad. They carry slave mentality. Now, why the 1% where they succeed, where they make them, they know they like carry others along, because their eye too don't open. Sure, you understand? When you have this kind of mentality, how can you succeed in a system that is 1,000 years ahead of where you're coming from, and you're still having a slave mentality, which is from where you're coming from, because we are all slaves in Nigeria, and you carry that mentality to come in a system where there is freedom to be whatever you want to be in life, and you're still thinking that you're a slave, and yet nobody is slaving you, nobody is harassing you, and you are calling yourself a slave. How can you not? You can never be bigger than your thoughts. That's one thing in life. So practically you can't succeed. This kind of person cannot succeed. And waiting this person go defeat Nigerians about abroad now. Abroad is bill. All we are doing here is slaving. Now stars. Blah blah blah. This person now, their mentality now, those people where they get mentality of any small money where they see for abroad, they go one village, they go send them to Nigeria, they go buy one land or start to build house for them for bush. That is the highest level of thinking they have. Build house in a village, buy land in a village, in a bush. That is the highest. Avoid this type of people when you come abroad as a Nigerian. Instead of mingling with Nigerians when you come abroad, stay alone. Find way to mingle with Indians, and I will give you reasons. If you cannot meet other foreigners to mingle with, go online and follow Canadian content creators or content creators where they in that country where they live, who will teach you about businesses in their country, who will teach you about investments in their country, and other foreigners doing the same content. I know thousands of them on YouTube and Instagram. Follow those people. Don't make friends with Nigerians. Their mentality no pass abroad hard. Now walk. Now stars. They will now go and build one house in the bush. That is the highest mentality of 99% of Nigerians abroad. That is why Nigerians don't achieve anything. So let me explain to you with Indians. You see how foreigners own multi-million and multi-billion dollar investments everywhere. Now, Indian guys go gather like 5, contribute money, buy house, put tenants, collect rent for like 5 years, pay off the interest. They will now sell the house, balance bank their money and collect the equity. You understand? They will make better profit on that business. Then go gather like $20,000, deposit $100,000. Buy a house, put tenant, collect rent for 5 years, sell the house again, do another one. Now so then go they flip and they make better money. Indian guys go be like 10 or 5, gather like $100,000 or $200,000, buy franchises of Tim Hortons or McDonald's or KFC. That is why you see Tim Hortons, McDonald's, KFC every corner, and they are all selling and making money. And you enter inside and you will see that the employees there are Indians, and you think that is Oyibo that owns that place. No, Oyibo that owns the original company has sold the franchise to multiple Indian guys that came together and collaborated to buy it, and they employ their people. You think they will employ you from Nigeria? No, because we are not coordinated enough to do like that. We are still thinking that we are slaves. Why people that came here to conquer are conquering? Sure, you understand? If you don't have conquering mentality, you will remain a slave. That's how others are doing. Filipinos, you want to do PSW or all these health courses, you will see that Filipinos are the one in the health sector, you understand, taking charge of everywhere, and you are calling yourself a slave. Sure, you understand? That's how Chinese are everywhere, taking over the industries, and we are the one calling ourselves slaves. Europeans are everywhere, building better. This company, do you know how many $1 billion this company worth every year? Their target is $100 million profit, not income, profit. That's what this company targets every year, and they always meet it. This place where I work, sure, understand. But Nigerian person, they call themselves slave. Meanwhile, people who follow the immigrants will come are conquering the country. So this is why when you come abroad and you have the kind of mentality that I have, the mentality to succeed, if you want to stay abroad, avoid Nigerian people. Their own company no pass to they tell you say abroad hard, blah blah blah. They will not tell you go and buy land in one bush or start building in one bush. That is the highest mentality of Nigerians abroad. They are not thinking like conquerors. They are always thinking like slaves. That slavery that we are grown in Nigeria, we still carry and come abroad. It don't chop our brain. 99% of Nigerians abroad have slave mentality, and that is why they don't try things, they don't take risks, they don't try to succeed, they don't try to challenge other foreigners. They like to work for others. You understand that kind of thing? That's the mentality many of your uncles abroad have, and that is why they will always tell you abroad is hard, that is bill, that who no go, no. If you come until now, when you come, you go see them. They don't really want to make you come. They just talk and say, if you come, you go see them yourself. They don't even want to make you come inside their heart. Sure, you understand? That is, avoid Nigerians when you come abroad. Make friends with foreigners, or go online and learn from people who own the land. Learn the businesses that succeed. Learn their types of investments and other things. Sure, you understand? Imagine my Indian colleague that has been here for 30 years. Can he make this kind of statement? No, because he's worth over $2 million right now with his house that is paid off, plus the ones that he's collecting rent, plus his investment in stock, RRSP, mutual funds and everything. If you gather everything, it's worth over $2 million. 30 years abroad. Can you do that in your home country? No. Except you are one of the politicians and all that. So you see, it's about the mentality of the people. It's not about abroad being hard or that. You don't get where I know hard for this life. You don't get where you know go work hard for this life. It's about the mentality of the people. If your mentality is fucked up, then you can't do more than what you think. You can't be bigger than your thoughts. And Nigerians don't think big. They don't think big. Slave mentality has destroyed us. Sure, understand. Thank you.
I just dey see videos of people where they thank Canadian government say they credit them groceries rebate. Oh, I miss those days when I go just wake up, see 300 GST payment, 600 this one payment. It dey come every 3 months from Quebec and federal. I don't know, say that money na for low income people. I fought my way to the top. Now I don't dey top of society. The country feels I no need help. Oh, now they see what I can sing say he's lonely at the top. Oh, I can't remember when last I received any of those payments. They just come on me. They say you have passed the threshold. God, I miss my Sapa days. I miss my Sapa days.
Calling me here, and learn how to block people. Learn how to block your family when you first travel abroad. At least for the first 2 years, you know the type of person they are. Block them. If you don't know how to use the block button, come to me. I'll teach you how to use the block button. We just lost a 23-year-old Nigerian man who is based in Canada. He moved to Canada last year, and he's sharing a room with one Nigerian, and he always complain to this Nigerian, oh, my family is always calling me, my mom is always calling me here. And then on one of the calls, he answered the call with his roommate. The roommate said, please put the call on loudspeaker so that I can be able to hear them. And the woman goes, please send us money. Your brother has not gone to school. You know the house rent is finishing, food is finishing and all that. Are you the first person to travel to Canada? This one that traveled to Canada, not up to 6 months, built house, did this one. Why is your own different? And this, they will try to explain. Mine is not the same like that. So it's not possible that this one went to Canada for 6 months and is back building house. It's not the same. He will always complain to this roommate. Yeah, if they are not asking him one, they will find one thing or the other. And this man was saying every week they had an emergency. He was working his normal security jobs in the night. In the morning, he will go for other odd jobs just to be able to support, not even to take care of himself, but to send money back home. And then on Sunday, his roommate was waking him up. Period, he was not waking up. He has to call ambulance, and when they came, they pronounced him dead on arrival. And they started tracking his phone. The last person that called him was his mom. Yeah, so they have to call the mom back and say, oh, your son is dead though. Now that he's no more, all those people, they will survive. All those people that think they will not survive without him, they are surviving. They are still living. Take care of yourself. Learn to use the block button. No pressure in heaven and on earth should make you finish night shift in the night, and in the morning you go to do morning shift, so that not to be able to take it. Learn how to block people.
Misconception is that when you come to Canada, the snow will just do hey nomino Patricia and money will come from snow. It doesn't happen that way. You have to work your way up. I did newspaper deliveries.
You did that?
That's the worst kind of job that you can get into if you're not prepared for it.
What made you decide to take that job anyway?
Have you been hungry before? But I did not forget who I was. I did not allow my current situation describe me in a way that he wanted. No job is bad. My advice to people is that if you're not having a paid permanent job yet, this is Canada. Whatever is legal that can pay your bill, please do it. One, there is dignity in labor, but have your exit plan and remember who you are. I picked up a guy in an Uber and I drove him and we were gisting, and this guy said, who are you? I'm like, I am me. He said, no, I know your name. Who are you? Are you in sales? And I said, yeah, that I was a sales manager in my past life. And he was like, I'm the owner of blah blah blah. He's the son to the owner of that popular car dealership. And he said, if you want to sell cars, this is my card. That was a job offer without an interview. So we can actually find gold in hopeless places. The greatest enemy for best is good. Please do not be content with good when you have the opportunity to be better.
Came to this country, I haven't rested since I moved into this country. I think I sold my peace of mind. I sold it, yes. I think that's what it takes from you, your peace. Since I came here, I've been on antidepressants, steady. And it's not working because I messed it up. Like sometimes I'm not supposed to take like alcohol and all that. It messed it up. Like, I don't know what else. Like, back home, there's peace. You can be in a heavy debt back home, serious debt, and you will sleep more than somebody that makes like 6 figures here. You sleep so well. With your debt, you sleep so well back home. But here, with your money, you don't have peace. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Like, there's always something to pay. I'm tired.
The reason why you are still broke, frustrated, and angry in Canada is because you have decided to live above your means. And I'll explain. Come with me, let me show you. This is my living room area, okay? I live in an apartment that I pay 8,500 every month. Guess how much one of my property pays me every month? 4,100. Do the maths. I could as well decided to live inside the house. I have 3 properties, right? And none of them pays me anything less than 4,000 every month. But see the kitchen where I am. This is the size of the kitchen, this small. Meanwhile, I have a property that, in fact, none of my property's kitchen is this small. They are like times 3, times 4. How am I sharing this video? Someone came to my house yesterday. I was like, how is it that I didn't get to know you earlier? Because I have been making all the wrong decisions and I've been living this whole life in Canada backward. A lot of people, you need to understand that rent is the biggest eater of our resources, okay? And you want to be able to make sure anything you are doing, you pay as little as you possibly can towards rent. Once you get that, and that's why I teach people how to live rent-free in Canada. That's the cheat code that I broke. And they've come back to say, if only I knew these things. So guys, what you lack is information. That's all. Get the right information, be in the right cycle, okay? And start making different decisions because you want to work smart, not hard. And you see this thing called life, it's not plenty, it's not long. So you want to be able to get to a point where you are no longer working for anybody. You are your own boss. And in order for you to do that, there are certain things you need to know how to do. You want to learn. I'm open to teaching you. But the question is, do you want to learn? All right. Link is in my bio. Let's go.
If you're planning to move to Canada after 40 and you're not sure what you will do when you land, this is for you. Before I came to Canada 9 years ago, I was a project coordinator and health and safety personnel. In Nigeria, I worked in the UAE. That's my background. Then landed in Canada. First job, Amazon warehouse, $15 an hour. Night shift. 2 kids under 5. No daycare, I couldn't afford daycare. My wife worked days, I worked nights. We took turns raising our kids. But yes, what most people don't understand, I didn't start from zero. I had a structure. Within 100 days, I was back in construction. So from $15 an hour, started making $28 an hour. Within 18 months, we bought our first home. You know, the problem is not your experience. Canada just doesn't understand it yet. Like I said, this is a series. I'll share more. I'll show you how it exactly works.
From Nigeria said he hated me. Story time, guys. Sometime last year, a friend of mine came from Nigeria to Canada. Before he came, we were in communication. I was telling him how to go about his visa route. And to the glory of God, he got his visa. When he got his visa, he told me I volunteered myself to pick him up at the airport. I picked him up at the airport. When I picked him up, he was making videos of the country, which was a normal thing for him to jet lag. Fine, I understood. He was calling his mom, calling everybody at home, I'm already in Canada, just the joy of being in a new country, which is very, very understandable. Fast forward to picking him up at the airport, got an Airbnb, settled in. So second day, I told him, now we need to go do your SIN, start settling down in the country properly. It's like, I said, you need to go and do a security license, you need to do like a food handling certification and dietary aid, just those basic things that you need to have. He just looked at me and he's like, you cannot, did I say security? I'm like, yeah, security, you gotta do a security license so you can at least get a security job first before any job you get. So he's like, no, that security care, that I really come to Canada and do security job, that he was a manager in Nigeria managing a petrol station. I'm like, bro, this is Canada, leave your Nigerian reality alone. This is a new reality, you need to do this thing. Like, he said, no, you cannot do security. Okay. The second day, I don't know what he told his mom. His mom reached out to me because I was also in communication with his mom and himself. I actually know them very well. His mom reached out to me like, Bobola, Ashomasope, Korea lo ṣe security o demo pé bye lo ṣe ń ṣe nílé pé oníṣẹ́ gidi nílé ṣùgbọ́n náà ló sọ pé Canada. I'm like, yes, but mom only láti ṣe àwọn kankan yìí kó tó tiẹ̀ máa rí iṣẹ́ bóyá manager àbí kankan. Then she said, ọmọ rárá ọmọ tèmi lè ṣe security. I'm like, okay, no problem. Then I said, kó lọ ṣe kó ṣe dietary. That's even, better off maybe to the security. I told him what the dietary was about and all of those things, and he's like, mama gbonje feyan, only ma gbonje feyan, pé odidi don, pé okay, if this is what is going to happen, pé he will not work, that he's going to be managing the money with him till he gets a better job. I'm like, he will not work. Now so you get money rich, no problem. But this is the best I can do for you right now. Like, this is what you can do first of all. Like, have your hands on something. Even if you're going to get any other job, you need to have a Canadian experience, right? Like, no, they cannot tell him what to do, yada, yada, yada. Okay, no problem. This is what you got to do. So, long story short, last week, I was very, very famished. I said, last week, let me just enter one restaurant around the city. As I got into the restaurant, I first saw the person. I saw the person's back view. I'm like, I don't think it's gonna be the one. So I just went in there, I ordered what I wanted to buy. Then I said I wanted to use the restroom. So I went to the restroom, and because I wanted to be sure it was one I saw, I went to the restroom and I saw him cleaning. I saw him working as a cleaner. I first sat down on the floor first. I laughed. See, I laughed to the point that he started laughing. He knew I was laughing at him, so he did not have any option than to be laughing. So I'm like, bro, what's up? I thought you said you could not do XYZ job. Why are you doing this one? He said, Bobola, it's fair on law. I'm like, really? Show to pay mom see pay iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe lélẹ̀. She said, I want to pay one. Me, so that I'll be sure he has called his mom. I texted the mom, called the mom, and I said, Mom, see, I'm on your she said, ó ti ríṣẹ́, ó ní òun ti ríṣẹ́ kan tó ń fi manage. Mo ní, ṣiṣẹ́ manager lórí, ṣe rárá kò ṣe manager ló sọ fún mi.
3 signs to know that your friend, brother, husband, sister, wife, or whatever is depressed in Canada. Number 1, make sure you watch this video to the end, because the last reason, the third reason, is the most important reason. And you see why I'm telling you that. Number 1 reason is their reposts. Number 1, if you think I'm joking, check my reposts. I'm not okay, I'm depressed. Check me. Anyways, number 1 reason, check their reposts. You see the things they be reposting. Nobody loves you. Only when you give is when they love you. Number 2, they stop posting pictures. Like, especially when those people that come to Canada first time, and when they travel, you see that video, they always do, it goes on and on and on. See, and they will showing, 3 days before I travel. After that video, maybe they might post one picture in the snow. The next day, they will not post again. Now, depression cause them. Sometimes when old people here, all of us, we don't tell, when we see those videos of it goes on and on and on, we go just they look. We will just look, you come, no worry, come and join us. Come and join us. It's not about it goes on and on and on. Now, the final sign is gymming. When I came to this country, I was like this. But immediately depression touched me. I go begin gym. Gym.
You see your friend back then in secondary school that this guy is very skinny or that this guy is very fat. But all of a sudden in Canada, you start seeing him going to the gym every day. He's depressed. Now depression. Now depression cause him. You go to the gym every day because tell me why somebody will be gymming for 365 days in a year, if not depression. So if you see these 3 signs, make sure you check up on your friend or your brother or your husband or wife. Make sure you check up on them. These are the signs of depression in Canada. Shalom.
If you never quick you buy house for this abroad, you are the most luckiest human being alive. Go thank your God because you just dodge trap. Mortgage na trap. And also avoid the people when they brag say I don't buy my house, I don't buy my house. Now lie you, no be then get the house. Now bank get the house. If you put in 10% towards property and somebody put in 90%, among these 2 people who get house. If for example property na 500,000 US dollars and then you contributed 10%, 50,000 versus who put in 450,000, 90%, who get the property. It is the bank asset and your liability, and you go pay times 2 plus stars. Bank is the employer, now you be the employee. An employee you know they ever they get money pass employer. Mortgage now.
Hello everyone, so I just want to share this quick experience with you. Maybe you can also learn from it. In 2025, I was pulled over by cops. I live far away, so I was pulled over in Toronto. I connected my phone's cord to the map on my car's dashboard so that I can see the map clearly. So I don't know what happened. The map just disappeared on my dashboard and I was like trying to fix it holding the cord. So I don't know, it was beside me and then he pulled me over. When he pulled me over, I was actually surprised and I asked him, why did you pull me over? He said I was using my phone. I said I wasn't using my phone. So he took my license, went to his car, came back with a ticket of $615 with 3 demerit points. So I asked him, did you check my profile? He said no. He said why? I said because I've never been pulled over by cops before, because I know what is right, I know what to do at every right time. So he said, oh no, I was using it. Eventually he said, okay, you agreed with me, I should go file an early resolution. It's my first time doing it. It's my first time being pulled over, so I don't know how this thing works. So he said I should go file an early resolution. It's gonna tell them I wasn't using my phone. So I was like, when I wasn't using my phone, why did you give me this ticket? I don't want to argue too much with the cops. So I went to early resolution to file. They told me it's gonna take a long time. That was from 2025, so I kept checking on case lookup online. I kept checking, nothing was up. My friend told me I was gonna get the lawyer to fight for me, so I had the money, like 1,500 kept somewhere, that when the time comes I'm gonna get a lawyer. Nothing happened. 2026, nothing happened. June, within those periods I changed my address twice, but I was changing my address on my driver's license, so thinking as I'm changing my license, automatically they're gonna have it in the court, because we believe the way this country runs, they have everything. So June, I checked again. The 3rd day of June, I checked, and I realized they held the court case without me, charged me guilty, and added 3 demerit points on my license because I had to print out my driver's abstract right away. 3 demerit points is a lot. I drive Uber, and I'm like, even for insurance purposes, it's going to really affect me. So I called them. I'm like, I didn't receive any notice. How come you held the court case without me? They sent the notice to my previous address. So I went back there. They said I have to file for a reopening. They asked me reasons why I didn't show up in court, and I put it there. I said I didn't know that I was supposed to change my address at the court physically. That I thought changing my license at Service Ontario was going to automatically transfer to them. So they said no. Eventually they denied my case reopening, so that means my 3 demerit points is going to stay on my license for 3 years, and I drive Uber. You understand what that means? Which is a lot for me. Never even knowing that was not the end of it. After some while, they sent me a letter that my driver's license has been suspended. I should go and drop my license at Service Ontario. So I was unable to drive for some days. I know some people's gonna do it, but I don't have that lever to drive because I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe that same day that God's gonna pull me over again. So I'm just saying this for people to know that this thing never happened to you before. Don't think that this country are so good up to that extent that they automatically transfer everything. I was so surprised, or maybe I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I thought changing my address on my driver's license is gonna automatically go to them, but they said no. So now they told me I have to go to appeal in downtown, which they are not even giving me the assurance that they're gonna approve the reopening of the case, which is very sad. If you've ever been through something like this, you can let me know. And also, I'm just telling everyone so that you can be aware. So if you ever moved or you ever have anything to do, don't think they automatically have everything. You still have to update it physically by yourself. I'm so pained though.
Nigerians are running to the UK. People in the UK are running to Canada. Some Canadians are running to the US. Even US people are please, where Gogo are we running to? Where are we running to? Torí ó ti dàrú. Ẹ̀yin mọ̀lẹ́bí ó ti dàrú.
Before I come this Canada, person ask me what you do for a living. I go to shame to talk with her because the girl go to think say you no follow. But for here now, you go see girl, you go tell her. She ask you what do you do for a living. You go tell her I'm into cleaning. She go say wow, that's nice, that's lovely. The next question go follow. Do you guys have vacancy? I'm not understand. Guy, every work now and a work of honor. Pride there every work.
See, in the corporate world, packaging and confidence, it will take you far. Forget, say you are just starting. If you are just entering, forget that one. It will take you far. First package your face. See, not let anybody tell you, say, it doesn't really matter. You know, it's what is on this. It matters. In this shallow world, we live in a shallow world. I'm sorry. Everything are visual. We live in a shallow world. And you don't need to break the bank every time designer. Sometimes that's why I said sometimes you mix them. You don't need to break the bank. Look good, smell good. Carry yourself with confidence. Like you too savvy, like you own the room. Yeah, forget. I think another thing that kills a lot of people is that people are scared of your accents. That's another thing that I've noticed, that I've spoken to a lot of people about. They talk about it all the time. That they're just too scared to speak up because of their accent. You have an exotic accent. That's what they tell me. I don't know about you. See me, Nana. I break bank. I should never pass. We not pass $40. I'm not supposed to even reach $40. How much is this stuff? I can't even remember. I'm supposed to even reach maybe like 20, 25, highest $30. I look good. I don't know about you. If you're not 6, I look good. As far as I'm concerned, I look very good. You carry yourself. When you carry yourself, you won't finish the beginning on glasses with them. Don't carry the laugh anyhow. Don't carry the open eye. I don't talk that thing before. When you want to work, I don't just carry the open eye. No. Just, when you want to talk in the meeting, because a serious thing they do for years. So you're not here to laugh and also go out with everybody. So that they see the lights when they come for your eye. That's one of the reasons. But anyway, just like, and put your glasses on, if you're in a meeting, make sure that the glasses they blur a bit so that nobody really look into your spirits. Hey guys, so just here to level set and make sure that we're all aligned with our priorities for the quarter and the KPIs and I just created the Power BI report. I just created the Power BI reports and I just want to make sure that everybody understands how to integrate their reports into the different systems that we have and as they talk put yourself for acting. If you don't get confidence can be learned. I can tell you. If I don't want to see, give me anything where I want to give you now, but I don't talk too much. That's the problem. There are some tips and tricks, no before outside I will talk that kind of thing. I'm still trying to think of how to navigate that. No before outside I will, if I give tips and tricks here, and I'm saying to pride that this is coming from somebody that 4,100 only. That's what we do. That's what we do. Yeah, if you're gonna get mad, I'm sorry. That's what we do.
Another inside life, another big inside life. And these people, they did housewarm me about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm just hearing about 2 days ago that they said their marriage have scattered. And I said, she just bought a house. I said, it was that house, gangan. It was that housewarming that scattered the marriage. I said, Sao, please take me there, what happened? They now told me the story. Let me go. Let me go into their story real quick. This woman is a medical assistant, right? As a matter of fact, she's in an LPN school right now. And her husband works in a big tech company. He's been working there for over 17 years. I'm not going to mention the tech company and I'm not going to mention the husband name. Twins gay. That man's name must not come out of your mouth because I don't have money for court case. So me, lower lawyer. Sure you understand, but I'm going to tell their story. And for the past 10 years, according to the woman, she says she's been begging her husband for them to buy a house, that they live in a rented apartment. They have 3 children, 1 boy and 2 girls, and they live in a rented apartment with 2-bedroom apartments. She and her husband are living in one room, and the 2 girls live in one room. But their firstborn, who is a boy, lives in the sitting room, and he has 2 closets, like all these all-way closets, as is, where he keeps his things. Now the guy is 16 years old and is complaining, "Mommy, I don't have privacy in this house. I don't have anything in this house. My sisters even have a room. I cannot. My things are everywhere. I just need my room." Is it too much for a boy to ask? And the man is capable of buying a house. The wife now said, okay, if you are not buying a house, let us rent a bigger apartment. The man said, no, it's a waste of money, yada, 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 yada. And recently, she said about 3 years ago, they went to Nigeria to open their 250 million naira house in island, that they did not even spend up to 2 months in that house before they came. Right now is her younger sister and the family that are living in that house, helping them take care of that house. They don't even go home like that all the time. You understand? Like majority of their life is in the US. How come you have this money? Though I don't know how much you are making now, because I knew how much you were making initially, but I don't know how much you are making now. But I know you have this money. Please let us buy a house. Then you buy a house now. You will now say they start one fight. She will now divorce him. She will now take the house. Mentality. You are getting the point now. Yawusha knew there no problem. She if I buy a house, she there would not be any problem. The man said, you buy a house, I buy a house. It's our house now, no problem. The woman just started saving up, and she eventually got a house. When she was about to, sign and everything, close the house, she told her husband, come on, let me add your name. The husband said, never. Don't put my name in anything. No, I'm not paying any mortgage with you. I am not involved in any house. I don't want to do any business with any woman. You are in Nigeria. The woman was like, we've been married for 17 years and you don't even have a iota of trust for me. You think I'm that wicked that when anything happens, I will now rip you off of all your... When the good is still going now, that's how you used to say. When you will start fighting now, you will take everything from... The woman did not answer him. The woman went and bought a house, and with her name, her documents, and everything. So she did the whole house buying process by herself, and she closed, and they moved into the house as a big family. The wife did not disclose anything to anybody. She did not say anything to anybody. You understand? But it was her name and everything that was on the documents. So after about 8 to 9 months of living in the house, and now the woman has finished LPN school. She's now a nurse. She now told her husband that, baby, let us do housewarming. Our house is well furnished. The house is beautiful. Let us call our family and friends to come celebrate with us. And the man was like, that's true. That's a good idea. Let us call family and friends and well-wishers. Where are we going to do it? In the back of the house. It's not, it's a very small party in the house. And they called their families, friends and everything. And on that day, after the husband has spoken, has thanked everybody, it was like, my wife too asked something to say. The wife was like, no, I don't have anything to say. Daddy, it's key. That's it. The husband was like, no, thank your friends now. Thank people for coming. So the wife took the microphone and the wife started thanking everybody for coming. And she was like, getting this house was a challenge for me, but I thank God for, making it possible. And I give glory to God. And also I want to thank my family, and most especially thank God again for making me a house owner. Everybody clapped though. That was what the woman said though. The woman thought she has talk. When the party ended, that was how the husband called her. How dare you? What kind of talk is that? Thank God for making you a house owner. Do you know how you make me feel in the front of family members and everybody? You ridiculed me. No, you are going to live in this house by yourself and your children. No, I am moving out. The wife thought he was playing, he was joking. The man moved out though. The man has moved out now. So he now gave her condition that if he wants her to move back to the house, that she has to go change the ownership to his name, and also she'll be responsible for paying the mortgage. The woman answered, instead of me going through all those process, why not go and buy a house and all of us move into the house together? The man said, never. He's not buying any house. The woman was another Kule. I will be thinking about it. When I'm ready, I will let you know. The man has not moved back to the house, so he's still saying, hey. Please, what is your take on this situation? Because I don't understand. Why are some men behaving like this? Or what is going on? I want to know what is really going on. What do you think this woman can do? What is the best advice you can give to this woman? Should she go and change the ownership to this man's name and still pay the mortgage for the home? Or should she just stand on her ground and let the man decide what he wants? Because I don't understand. Like and share and follow for more.
Nigerian caregiver died at work few minutes ago for working for 3 days without sleeping. Listen. Nigerian caregiver died at work few minutes ago for working for 3 days without sleeping. Anywhere you are, relax and let me gist you. According to the colleague, who is also a Nigerian that is reporting to the police, said before the shift change, that the guy told him that he has been working different shifts, different location for 3 days without sleeping. And he asked him, why are you working like this? What is the problem? The guy that killed himself this morning said he has a house that he's building back home, that he wants to complete that house next month, being August. That is the reason why he's jumping from one shift to another for 3 days without sleeping. But before the end of shift change, the guy said that he's not feeling fine. That's the way his body is doing him. He told him, if you are not okay, go home. You have not slept for 3 days. The guy said no. That if he go home, that there's no way for him to complete the shift. And they won't pay him because the shift will call that he wants to complete the shift. And they laugh it over and continue the shift. In the process of trying to feed a client, trying to feed a client. That was how this guy, he gave the client 1 spoon, second spoon, the third spoon, he just slumped and died just now because he has been working for 3 days without sleeping because he wants to complete a house. This guy wants to complete a house back home by next month. Who is doing him this? That is how he lost his life. A 40-year-old man lost his life now in a care home because he was working for 3 days without sleeping. Why are people putting themselves into trouble? Why are people making themselves look as if they are confused being? Now he's dead. Who is going to complete the house? Who is going to complete? I don't know how people. Have a nice day, everybody.
People do you know that are in UK that are billionaires? They go there to survive. They don't go there to be rich. All of them are going there to go and do care job. They are going there to survive. Your ambition is to go and join them in modern slavery. I know people that went and sold properties to go and rent property abroad. Are you thinking? What are you doing? Instead of you to see how you can get something from God, that thing is called light. You start putting that thing on your lips and allowing God start to connect. You are meeting people, you are going the right place. Life has a way of bending to people that have something. If you keep at it, they will come from UK or they will come from America. They are spending their savings and you are there saying, what am I earning? Now you are there. You can't come back, even though you were better here. But you can't come back because shame will not allow you. You think a lot of people there, they are not sending you money. It's not because they are selfish. They don't have. All the billionaires I've met in my life are here. This is the easiest place to be a billionaire. Be wise.
Okay, before we continue to address this, let's watch another video of the pastor so that you may understand him very well and who the kind of pastor he is.
You were here when I said it. I said it 3 months ago. That even if the gap is 29 points, Arsenal cannot win. Didn't I say it? There is a way you will watch a club. You don't need prophet. They are cursed.
And Arsenal did what? They won the Premier League. Pastor said Arsenal cannot win the league, but Arsenal won the league. That is the pastor we are discussing right now. This is the reason why many of us do not go to churches or Nigerian churches, because many of these Nigerian pastors no really get sense. Now only Malachi chapter 10 verse 10 then sabi how to collect people's tithes and offering and then give them motivational speeches. That is all they know. And ignorant Nigerians who don't think with their brains, who don't ask questions, we now start giving them all their monies. So let's look at this and answer this accordingly. So first of all, he said, how many people do you know that are in the UK that are billionaires? Well, the UK has a population of 69.5 million people with confirmed $157 billionaires. And just a few days ago, David Beckham, a former footballer in the UK, was just confirmed a billionaire in dollar. So that number has actually increased. Against Nigeria with a population of over 250 million people with only 4 recognized dollar billionaires. And since we were born, there is no new Nigerian who has been added to the list of Nigerian billionaires. It has always been those 4 that benefited from government. They have remained the only $4 billionaires Nigeria, a country with over 250 million people, could ever produce since we were born. Let's continue. Now, Sunday Times Rich List reports that at least over 40% of the UK's dollar billionaires are immigrants. We are born overseas. Those, that is, people who came from abroad, who came from other countries to hustle in the UK, became billionaires in the UK. Over 40% of UK billionaires in dollars were born abroad. That is, they migrated from India, from China, from other countries, including from Nigeria, because Nigeria has $1 billionaire in the UK by the name Adebayo Ogunleshi. Adebayo Ogunleshi went to the UK to study. He did banking. He hustled in the UK. He became a dollar billionaire in the UK. So yet, we know a lot of people who have come from other countries to the UK who are now dollar billionaires. But we don't know one single person who has ever come from another country to Nigeria who has made just $1 million, not to talk of $1 billion. But there are many people from other countries who have gone to the UK to become billionaires. And there are many people who have gone, even Nigerians, footballers and all that, who have gone from Nigeria to the UK and have become millionaires in dollars.
Now show me one single person who have come from other countries to Nigeria and became a billionaire. I want to know. Mike Adenuga too, who is a dollar billionaire in Nigeria, our third richest person in Nigeria. It's also in the UK. He has businesses in the UK. Majority of his businesses are in the UK. Forget that he owns Glow in Nigeria. His main business location is in the UK. He has businesses in the UK. That's where the main money is coming from. Meanwhile, before we continue, this pastor married a US citizen and they said he's always in the US. They said he lives in the US, this particular pastor that is talking. But because he has gullible Nigerians as his church members, because he cannot afford to miss tithes and offerings from Nigerians, he has to hold on tight to his Nigerian congregation. And that is why he's telling them not to japa, so that they will not go and change their mentality and start thinking like the white people and become wise, so that they will stop giving him tithes and offerings. Let's continue. Now he said, why would you japa to the UK to go and start doing care jobs? Okay, there are an estimated 12,000 to 15,000 Nigerian trained medical doctors currently licensed and practicing in the UK. Medical doctors alone from Nigeria in the UK practicing as medical doctors in the UK are up to 12,000 to 15,000. We are not talking about nurses. We are not talking about those in tech. I personally know those in tech. We are not talking about those in engineering and other highly skilled professions. But all he thinks that every Nigerian who goes to the UK goes there to do its care jobs. You see how a pastor is reasoning like a pig. He said Nigerians don't go to the UK to be rich, that they are going there to survive. Well, the truth is that I can confidently say that more than 50% of Nigerians who have japa to the UK are now rich. There is no way a Nigerian who is a medical doctor in the UK or a nurse cannot be considered as a rich person. There is no way Nigerians playing football in the UK cannot be considered as rich people. There is no way you cannot consider Anthony Joshua, who is a boxer, a Nigerian boxer, that refused to box in Nigeria. He ran to the UK to box. There is no way you cannot consider him as a rich person. So there is no way you cannot consider other Nigerians doing other professional jobs in the UK as not being rich. I'm talking about modern slavery. What is modern slavery? Let's define what modern slavery is. Who is a modern slave, or who is actually a slave? Is it you that is living in a country where you don't have electricity, you don't even have your own water? Is it you living in a country where they just woke up in Oyo State and kidnapped school children and beheaded a school teacher? Is it you living in a country where you are not even sure, you are not even sure of your next meal? You are not even sure of your 30,000 naira salary at the end of the month, if they will pay you or if they will owe you. Is it you living in a country that if motor hits you now, if you get an accident, there is no ambulance that will come to rescue you? Is it you living in that country that is not a slave? Or is it someone that is living in a country where they get reasonable salaries? And at the end of the month, no matter how much tax or expenses they make, they save something reasonable. Someone that when they have accidents, ambulance is there to come and rescue them. Someone who whose children go to schools free of charge. Some Nigerians in the UK are staying in free houses, free apartments. Nigerians in the UK enjoy all the basic things of life. So who is now a slave? You that is living in Nigeria, or the person living in the UK? I really want to know. Now, talking about selling properties in Nigeria to go abroad to rent properties, let's actually talk about this. What is the value of the property you had in Nigeria which you sold? You sold a car. How much is the value of your car? Did you sell a Bugatti? Did you say a Lamborghini? No. You sold a car of 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. Is that a property? What is the value of the land or house you sold before you japa? Is it the land or house of 5 million or 10 million? Did you sell a property of 100 million? Let me make it clear. If you did not sell a property that is worth at least $100,000, you never sold a property to japa. You simply raised money to japa. And in a few years, definitely you will buy back the property in Nigeria. The property you had in Ugeli or in Warri, the valueless property you had in one town in Owerri, or the one you had in Para or in Ilorin, or all those nonsense locations you bought those cheap lands and houses and you sold them to japa. Later you will come back, in some years you will come back and be able to buy a property in Lekki. Do you understand? It's not like you had a property in Lekki, Banana Island that you sold to japa. It's properties that you had in valueless locations
that you sold to Japa, and now many of you are coming back to buy properties in prime locations in Lekki and Abuja. Now, let's look at who buys most of the properties in Nigeria. Who owns most of the properties you have in Lekki? Let's look at it. Nigerians in the diaspora provide roughly 20 billion in annual remittances and account for about 70% of sales and investments in Nigerian real estate markets, including premium areas like Lekki. Like I always said, more than 50% that I used to say, but honestly, from investigation, 70% of the houses they sell in Lekki are bought by Nigerians abroad. You understand? And you cannot remove those in the UK from the list. They are definitely on the top list. You understand? Not like they buy and live there. They buy and rent out, or some buy and sell. But 70% of the people of the houses sold in Lekki that you know are bought by Nigerians abroad. The remaining 30% are bought by your politicians, by the few entertainers who do not make up to 0.0004% of the population, you understand, and few successful business people, and then others are used for money laundering and all that, like Ifeanyi Okowa of former governor of Delta State, the way he bought properties all over the place with 1.3 trillion naira that he stole. That is how politicians buy properties in Nigeria. That's how they launder money. Apart from that, people who do the legit buying of properties in Nigeria, 70% of the properties sold in Nigeria in real estate are done by those abroad. Go and research on that. Go and ask a realtor in Lekki. Ask them who buys most of the properties they sell. Ask them. They will tell you the honest truth. You understand? A country where footballers playing in Nigerian leagues cannot buy 2010 Toyota Camry. A country where medical doctors are still earning 200,000 per month, 250,000 per month, 300,000 per month. The videos are there online. Doctors are crying. A country where nurses are still earning 50,000, 100,000 naira every month, 150,000 naira. Will they be able to buy properties in Lekki in the next 100 years? Never. It's never possible. So who are the ones buying the properties? If not for Nigerians abroad and the Yahoo boys who have, and the 0.000004% entertainers, and then the rest are politicians who are using properties to launder money. You understand? And a few successful business people who are the ones buying properties. It's mostly those abroad. Imagine me wey sell my Camry 4.5 million. You understand? Imagine this car person telling me not to sell your properties to Japa. Car of 4.5 million wey I sell. Now every 3 months, you don't get as e be for this kind of one. If you save that 4.5 million every 3 months, you understand? So imagine me listening to this kind dumb pastor. Sure, you understand my point? Now he's talking down on those doing care jobs. A person doing care job in the UK is better than 20 medical doctors in Nigeria. How much are they earning there? Let's just be realistic. Forget the lies that people in the UK tell you. Somebody doing care job in the UK, after the taxes and expenses every month, what they can save, let's be honest. 20 medical doctors in Nigeria cannot save it. And you are telling people, you are asking people, why then the Japa go UK? Is the pastor okay? No. Apart from collecting people's tithes and offerings and collecting their seats and stealing from them, what is this pastor's job? What is his actual job? What can he actually do to earn money apart from people's tithes and offerings, which they use Bible verses, to manipulate people to collect? What does he do for a living? Anyways, like he said, Nigerians, we don't have, stop disturbing people abroad. We don't have Nigerians abroad. We don't have. Stop sending money back home. Their pastor said we don't have. All of you that are sending $20 billion remittance every year. World Bank itself estimated that Nigerians abroad send $20 to $25 billion back home every year. Yet Nigerians abroad don't have. We don't have. Nobody should disturb Nigerians abroad again to send money. Do you hear me? Let's continue. And he said all the billionaires he met in his life that they are here. Maybe they are here means they are in Nigeria. Where Nigeria, with a population of over 250 million people, has only $4 billionaires. And the first person is Dangote. He's a Muslim. I'm sure this pastor has never met Dangote before. What business will bring Dangote to this man? Or what business will bring this man and Dangote together? It's impossible. The second richest man in Nigeria is also a Muslim. You understand? Rabiu, right? What will ever bring this man and Rabiu together? I'm absolutely sure that he has never met Dangote or Rabiu. The second two richest men in Nigeria, Adenuga and Otedola, both of them live in London. They are hardly in Nigeria. Adenuga and Otedola live in London. And the level of IQ you will have to make $1 billion in this life, it's not the level of IQ somebody, it's never the kind of level of IQ that somebody who will sit listening to pastors, Nigerian pastor, will ever have. You can never see somebody who can make $1 billion in this life sit down and listen to a Nigerian pastor. No. That's your IQ will be disturbed. You can't have the level of IQ that helped you to become a billionaire in dollar, and you will sit to listen to any Nigerian pastor. It's not possible. You can never see a dollar billionaire listening to any Nigerian pastor. The level of reasoning cannot. The only people who can listen to Nigerian pastors are all these illiterates or educated illiterates that we have. Those who don't question, who don't read, who don't ask questions, who just listen just to shout amen, and then they will bring all their tithes and offerings. You can never see billionaires like Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. Mention any billionaire in this world that you can see listening to a Nigerian pastor. It's not possible, because the level of reasoning that you need to have to become a billionaire is beyond the level of reasoning that someone who sits listening to Nigerian pastors will have. It's not possible for you to be able to make $1 billion and you'll be sit down listening to a Nigerian pastor. It can never be possible. So I don't know the kind of billionaires this guy has ever met, because I'm sure he has not met Dangote and Rabiu. Let's assume he has met Otedola and Adenuga, because maybe those ones are Christian, but I'm sure that he has never met them. So which billionaires has he actually met? The billionaires he's talking about here are his godfathers, those he's learning from. And these are just Naira billionaires. His godfathers like Adiboye, Oyedepo, those ones that know the tactics of how to steal your money in the names of tithes and offerings and seeds and all that, using Malachi chapter 10. These are the only kind of billionaires this kind of person can meet. He can't meet billionaires he can't meet industrialists like Dangote. He can't meet billionaires who are builders. It can't meet people who are inventors, people like Elon Musk, people like Mark Zuckerberg. What will bring them together? Their level of reasoning is not the same. Those people are not thinking of how to collect your tithe and offering using one storybook they call Bible. No, he can't meet those kind of people. Those ones are thinkers, manufacturers, builders, inventors, Dangote and co. So this one cannot meet them. So he has not met any billionaire. So apart from this four, is there any other dollar billionaire in Nigeria? No. So which billionaire did he meet? Let me hear from him.